You want to start this one?
Sure.
All right.
Welcome to a Telltale Books video. I'm Greg.
And I'm Emily.
And we're here to continue with the Southern Reach trilogy, the second book, Authority by Jeff VanderMeer. We are Telltale Books, bringing you the best in literature, literary topics, and graphic design and bookmaking.
If you want to support us, you can find us on Etsy and Pango, where you can find gently used, rare, and even top quality used books.
And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and maybe even that bell to be notified when new videos go live.
Thanks for joining us.
I've actually got a quote from VanderMeer that I think makes a good short
Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and do that
synopsis.
then.
Okay.
Because this is hard to put into some
Yeah, I know.
synopsis. My synopsis would have been, and then shit hits the fan.
In the words of Jeff VanderMeer, if annihilation is an expedition into Area X, then authority is an expedition into the Southern Reach Agency. That is a quote of his very words. And quick summary for those of you that want to get in, get out, get the goods, and go read it.
It's fantastic.
Another top tale.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
Book 2, just like
Absolutely.
book 1, is a top tale. This is
Yes.
a really excellent book. Very different from Annihilation.
Yes, entirely different setting.
Different. Same guy wrote it, same kind of writing style, same universe, that's following from things that went on in Annihilation, but it's not like a linear continuation of story. It's like a completely new story in the same setting, yet it does add to it.
Yes, it enriches the story and adds a lot more complexity to it.
Yeah,
which I
but
appreciated.
you still got to go read book 3. It's
I
not
plan to.
all the beans are not spilled here. You don't walk away from
You're
this
left
going,
with
"Oh,
more
that's
questions.
what it's all about."
There's no closure. First of all, closure is a myth. You're left with more questions than answers. So you will want to read the next books in the series.
Yeah.
You will feel compulsion to, because what the hell did I just read? That was insane. I loved every minute of it. It was really creepy.
Okay, so for more detail and possible spoilers, Authority is Jeff VanderMeer's 132nd work by my reckoning, which may or may not be absolutely accurate.
That
but
includes
that's what
the
I
short
got.
stories he's written,
Yeah,
correct?
that's all
Yeah.
of his published works at that point. Published May 6, 2014. It is a novel. It was published by a publisher. It wasn't published in the magazines.
Became a
And
feature film.
it's book 2 of the Southern Reach trilogy. Well, this one technically didn't get filmed, although there are elements of this that I think are brought into the film. But I think the film leans a lot more on the first book than anything else.
Yep. And it more inspires than actually is
Yeah.
the story.
And so if you're going by the film is way different from either the first or second book. I really think you owe it to yourself to read the book.
Yes.
And the
It's
movie
very
is great.
rewarding.
Just read the book, because the book is different and it's great and it's worth reading. So, do you want to take a stab?
Oh, gosh. So, spoilers from the previous book as well, just so you know. This is all operating on the assumption that the director was the psychologist in the previous book, and she is dead. So a new director has been brought in. His family has been, at least his mom's side of the family, has been part of the government and various agencies within for a long time. Spy operations, undercover stuff, that sort of thing. So his mother ended up pulling strings to get him this job because, unfortunately, as an agent, he gets too cocky and ends up almost, if not entirely, undoing everything they fought hard to get to by that point.
Right.
So he's gotten himself in trouble by being too smart for his own good, too cocky, making dangerous mistakes. So he's been given a desk job.
And the woman who survived at the end of Annihilation, she comes back into the story.
The biologist.
She's not talking.
No. And when she does, she's being very obstinate.
Yeah, she just says these very, very broadly general,
or just answers
like,
questions with more
making
questions.
conversation type
Yeah,
answers.
I like her character a lot,
than
though.
giving any kind of information.
Yeah, because she comes back, and eventually it's revealed that she does not believe that she is the original of herself.
Right, and that's a feeling you get from the beginning of this.
Yes.
Is that, I mean, the same way that
Area
others
X
were
is
replaced
copying
in the
people
first
when they
books.
die somehow.
Yeah,
But with all of their memories, it's basically cloning them and making them different.
and that kind of happened to her husband. When her husband
Yes.
came back, he was different.
Pretty much everyone from the exhibitions have come back either different or
dead.
Dead. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Except one guy, Lowry,
Mm-hmm.
who plays a part in this story as well.
Yeah.
And he's from the first expedition ever.
Mm-hmm.
So he keeps going and having with Ghostbird, she's now calling herself, the biologist. He goes, interviews her, keeps hitting dead ends with that. Is trying to basically get some things more professionalized, streamline some processes, that sort of thing at the Southern Reach. And he keeps hitting wall after wall because his subordinates, one of them, the assistant director, really hates his guts and makes sure he and everyone else knows it. So she's become such a stick in the mud. He feels like he can't get the things done. Then he starts talking to the other scientists and linguists who are on site, and they're all a little touch of the crazy.
Yeah.
Just from overanalyzing everything that they get back from the from Area X.
But you do get a sense that Area X has affected all these people.
Oh yeah,
even though they're outside
even if they're not in it,
boundary wall.
What it's telling them and what they're gleaning from it leaves them with more questions than answers. So their whole job is just a series of insanities.
But they're also all acting weird.
Yeah. But I think that's just from, we know all this classified secret information. There's nobody to go to for closure. There's nothing, we aren't figuring out anything more. Well, this whole place is become such an enigma that we're all stuck in this dead end.
There's also something else happening that I would have to spoil the ending if I said.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of what he calls himself as Control, John. Control has kind of decided everybody's just a little nuts because they've been in this too long and they just keep hitting wall after wall after wall without finding answers. It's literally a series of insanities in his mind. Mm-hmm. And so, as he spends time there, he's, weird stuff starts happening. He has this weird smell that he keeps smelling and thinks it's a cleaner, like rotting honey. He opens drawers in the office that has been untouched since the previous director died. And he's finding, plants with dead mice in them. Piles of notes on weird pieces of paper. Receipts, leaves, all kinds of things. He opens up a door to nowhere in his office that just hits a wall. And it has the entire inscription that you learn in the first book that was in the inverted tower. Mm-hmm. With the brain thing
but
that
then
was
he
writing it.
later learns there's something through that. You open the door and there's a wall, but then he gets through to another space where he finds that one scientist.
No, that's a different part. No, it wasn't through that wall. Yeah.
I thought it was through that.
It's a storage closet that he finds.
That's what that's why I thought it was that same thing.
No, it's not the same room. No. So he decides to paint that over because it's creeping him out. There's a map on there too, the previous director. So as he's going through all these notes and stuff, he realizes this director has gone to over to Area X before by herself.
Okay.
He's like, she has to have. Mm-hmm. Where did all this information come? And also, how are we getting information back about all these journals? And he's like, also, why do we have more journals in the lighthouse than there have been expedition members?
Yeah.
And he's like, so somebody has come back. He's like, somebody's coming back and telling us this stuff. Mm-hmm. This was before, and one of the things they ran into with Ghostbird's exhibition is that photographs and film don't work, but somehow they have film from previous exhibitions. So what happened there? So there's just more questions being asked and no answers because Ghostbird's not cooperating.
Right.
And then, he has to report to someone who's called The Voice from Central. And he's just fed up with the voice being an asshole to him all the time. It's just a dick boss. And he starts breaking under the pressure. And then at one point he realizes he's starting to lose days. And then he's like, I think they're using hypnosis on me. I think the voice is using hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I want to point out a parallel here for anybody who remembers The Prisoner from the 1960s. Have you ever seen that show?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got to look it up and watch it. It's awesome. I think it's on Amazon.
Okay.
There's a lot of that feeling that you have with that agent being in this town, and there's these people above him that are trying to get him to give them information, and he's going to this town, and the town is just all Looney Tunes all the time. And there's a lot of parallel with that here. There's a lot of The Prisoner that enters into this story. I think that was a heavy influence on it.
Yeah, and so at one point, Control just kind of feels like he's been set up to fail. And in a lot of ways, he kind of was. Because there's nothing more to learn. Everything that they know, they know.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's any other shadow government things going on or other factions at Central that have more information, he's not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, he has a lot of weird interactions with people. Whitby, especially the scientist, until he finally goes into a closet and realizes, hey, there's a trapdoor in that ceiling. I should go see what's up there. I'm the director. So he goes up there and Whitby's curled up on a little shelf and there's all these weird murals of each of his colleagues painted into some kind of monster. And he's like, okay, I'm just gonna leave you here then.
Yeah,
I'll
Whitby is
figure
kind
out
of
what to
lost
do
it.
about you tomorrow. And then he finally is about to do something about Whitby. And the previous director comes back and is bringing the breached gate with them. So Area X is getting bigger now and is taken over the Southern Reach because the director came back and brought it with her. And so he's just like, oh shit, and hauls ass out of there. He falls into several series of deliriums throughout the book because he has no idea what the hell is going on. Everything's just batshit crazy. Mm-hmm. He's been handed the impossible task. And so he basically gets back to his house, is getting ready to pack up and get the hell out of there because he doesn't want to be anywhere near Area X and have it, possess him somehow or something. He meets his mom at his house. And she's just like, I have to go in there. Love you, son. Bye. Like this really weird, I'm sorry I was a shit mother and always working kind of moment. But also she's like, by the way, Central had taken Ghostbird like 3 days prior, and Ghostbird had gotten out. So he knows that the biologist is out there, and he's like, I have to find her. I have to find her. Because she has to know something. She is the only person who has come back, even though changed, still has all her faculties, still has more answers than I know she has answers, and has more. And I also think at some point he started falling in love with her a little bit. Could be. Who knows?
Could be.
Or maybe he's just obsessed with her because of the nature of his job at the time, and she's an enigma to solve. So, yeah, basically the last half of the book is him trying to find Ghostbird and being successful, and then it cuts off. So you have to read the third book to know what happens next.
Got to go on to the third book because we still don't know where this thing came from, why it's there, why it's growing, but
what
definitely
it's doing.
I think through the whole book, elements from Area X were affecting everybody.
Oh yeah, and
even
they
though
brought back specimens
they
and
were
stuff
outside. Yeah.
Yeah, so it had to be affecting
and so
them somehow.
it was changing everybody already, and just by the end of the book, it just totally takes over the agency.
Yeah.
Agency building.
I thought it was interesting too because you go from the first book being a story in this beautiful, pristine, perfect wilderness with all these unusual anomalies that just fascinates this biologist to this very brutalist corporate building.
Yeah.
And they make sure it is a brutalist building in the middle of a swamp. Bumfuck nowhere. And, it's crazy out there.
Yeah.
So it's just really different settings. It's interesting to see how how disorganized everything is
Mm-hmm.
because of how much they are so baffled and the layers of insanity. I think it's been like that even since the beginning
Yeah.
because it's just layer after layer after layer of more questions than answers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's affecting their psyches as well as more items being introduced to their observation spaces for the scientists,
Mm-hmm.
probably breaking down barriers and bringing Area X into there.
Yeah.
So,
Not to mention just the fact that the way these agencies are, the way these government people are, they are not right for figuring out what this is.
yeah.
They are not the sort of people that can understand it because it's not orderly and organized and doesn't follow rules and doesn't do what they think it should do,
And Central's
it doesn't
withholding
fit into
things
any
from the top
nice.
down.
Yeah.
There's a complete cutoff of interdepartmental communication.
Yeah, there's all this secrecy and backstabbing
Yeah.
going on, and
All kinds of...
totally the wrong way to go about investigating something like Area X.
And there's a toxicity that's built because of the secrecy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even internally, there's secrecy, and there shouldn't be. Everybody who needs to interact with the space needs to know everything.
Yeah.
Because all of it could matter.
Right.
And so there's just so much. I found it frustrating at times, to be perfectly honest. And I think that's a good way, literally, that was a fantastic way to build tension, is you're sitting there recognizing all the things that are going wrong along with Control, even without him having to say it. Because you find, especially if you're a sensitive or empathic person, you find yourself being frustrated with Control.
Yeah.
As he's trying to basically figure out this impossible task.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a really great way of building that tension and adding atmosphere to this space, because it was creepy too. It was very atmospheric.
Yeah.
It's interesting too. This reminds me a lot of a video game that exists that it came out after these books did, called Control, which takes place in the same universe of Alan Wake. So all my video gamers who like the Alan Wake series 1 and 2, as well as Control, all in the same universe, all fantastic. All going through the FBC. It had that vibe. It had the vibe of the FBC, where they're like, we're dealing with all these paranormal items and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're disorganized.
Yeah.
We have more questions than answers too. We don't know what that guy does. This guy is paid to look at this refrigerator so it doesn't consume all our souls. Like that's his whole job for 8 hours a day. He just stares at it.
Yeah.
And he can't look away. But, it's stuff like that. You kind of encounter similar things in this story. So, like, if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into that series of video games, I recommend these books highly. A lot of the same vibe, especially in the second book. Can't wait for the third. Super excited.
Yeah, we will be getting to the third, but we got a few things ahead of that, so we won't be getting to it till January. But we're gonna read book 3 and book 4.
I'm gonna need that third book in January. These Wisconsin winters are long. But yeah, fantastic.
Well, then
read.
you need this.
No. Absolutely not.
Actually, you should. That is brilliant. It's an amazing book.
I want to know why Stephen King couldn't just make it 2 or 3 books. Like a normal person.
Well, they could have broke it up like Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings.
you could have. And you didn't.
Well, then you just use a bookmark. You read a third of it, you read a third of it, because it does kind of have 3 sections.
Okay, cool. Anyway.
But the publishers, for whatever reason, decided not to do a Lord of the Rings on it and published it all in one.
Well, dang. Because that's intimidating. Like, I love good long books. Like, I've read several 1,000-page books, but that was a different time. And that was before college.
Yeah.
When you get really busy.
Yeah,
you have leisure time.
It's a gripping enough story that, yeah, you do get into it and the pages start flying by, but it is huge.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. It's well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But so is Authority.
It's fantastic.
And Annihilation, if you haven't
They're
read
great.
either of them, you should read both, and you should read the last one.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last one again?
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
And then there's book 4, which is recent.
Yeah, which is supposed to be a prequel, so
We're going to learn some stuff about some stuff.
But
yeah.
Acceptance then will be the end of it, and hopefully we'll get some closure to this story.
Closure's a myth. Anyway.
Although it's not bad to leave some mystery with something
No.
like this, you know?
I'd
Makes it
rather,
spookier if
yeah.
you don't get a whole
I'm
scientific
okay with the
explanation.
ambiguity of this sort of thing,
Yeah.
because if it is alien life, it may take us out before we ever understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, if it's something outside of us and our comprehension, it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if it's something outside of our science, even where science can't explain it, we're not meant to understand it. It's just going to take us over anyway, and there's nothing we can do about it because nature doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
So, doesn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
It just wants to survive and does whatever it has to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that kind of story.
Okay.
Well, thanks again for joining us, guys. Please comment if you've read these. We are blown away by this. Jeff VanderMeer, good on you. This is good. I like it. So let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you've seen the movie too. I have not yet seen the film. I want to, just to do a compare and contrast to see if the book is better, because I like doing that sort of thing. So let us know what you think.
But it's different.
Yeah.
If you go into it expecting the book, you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
But if you go into it and just take it on its own terms, it's very well done.
Yeah, I tend to go into things and appreciating them for the art that it is.
Yeah.
Especially with the understanding, like books like these, a lot of what's happening is POV and internal dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
How do you portray that in a film? It wouldn't be able to be done.
No.
So I expect it to be different simply because a lot of it is just internal dialogue and struggle. Otherwise, we're just going to be watching a man walking around town smoking cigarettes and thinking to himself a lot.
Yeah.
Silently.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. So, please, let us know what you think about this. Like and subscribe. We're always here and willing to, and take suggestions too. If you have suggestions of things that are like this and you want us to read them, I'd love to see that
let
too.
us know.
Yeah, we'd love that.
I'm always looking for more to read.
And if you want to continue to support us, we do have a Pango as well as an Etsy account. Those are places where you can get some beautiful, gently used, rare and antique books that help support us in our continuing being able to provide you with these reviews, getting us on our goal to getting our own publications done. And we would love to provide you with some really beautiful literature. So check those out and let us know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.